Hey everybody! Our goal was to test the assumption that it is always more fun when there is a friend around. Scientifically speaking, we aim to test peer presence effect on enjoyment of pleasant real-life stimuli. On a pilot study, we picked a short animated Pixar video clip as the stimulus, kind of like Tom and Jerry video clip. We asked one group of participants to watch it alone and another group of participants to watch it with a friend. Then they were all asked to rate their enjoyment on a visual analog scale that varied from did not enjoy it at all to enjoyed it very much. Surprisingly, participants enjoyed more when watching the video alone than when watching it with a friend. We tried to speculate about this surprising result and had two main directions. The first thought that crossed our minds was that maybe it has something to do with the childish nature of the video clip. Perhaps that could have made participants feel less comfortable expressing their enjoyment in the presence of a friend. Another factor that we thought worth considering is the level of intimacy in the friendship among couples of friends. I mean, maybe a close friend influences our enjoyment differently than a not so close friend. Taking all that together, we start planning our current study. Here, we ran an online experiment in which 92 participants listened to audio clips through a Zoom, either alone or with a friend. Again, we asked all participants to rank on a visual analog scale their enjoyment after each audio, and the friends were also asked to complete the intimate friendship scale. This questionnaire is consisted of 32 items that gives a 0 to 100 score to the friendship. Those audio clips were all around 1.5 minutes long and of 4 different contents: live stand-up, knock-knock jokes, body language informative audio, and a neutral one of a person describing the layout of his house. We had a different hypothesis for each content. We expected participants to enjoy the stand-up audio more when listening with a friend and alone, as it has more witty nature than the former video clip. So here, participants shouldn't feel awkward enjoying in the presence of a friend. For the knock-knock jokes, we expected to replicate our former childish content results, in which some participants enjoyed more than the friends. For the body language content, we also hypothesized that some participants will enjoy it more, as it might arouse uncomfortable feelings among friends. And finally, for the neutral content, we assumed similar enjoyment for both groups. As for the friendship level, we aim to explore how it might influence enjoyment among friends and how it might interact with the content. So, again, we were surprised with the results as we did not get any of our expected effects. However, we found that participants enjoyed the neutral audio clip more when listening with a friend than by themselves. Heading to the friendship analysis, we got no significant correlation between enjoyment and friendship scores. But I want to draw your attention to the difference in the trends for the neutral content and the others. We can cautiously notice that for the 3 non-neutral and more interesting contents, participants' enjoyment increased with friendship strength. But for the neutral content, enjoyment was not affected by how close the friend was. Taken together, this result suggests that the presence of a friend increased enjoyment for the neutral clip, and that it doesn't matter how close that friend is. Well, at this point, we pulled our pretest study data in which we characterized the contents of our audios. Given these results, we wanted to get a closer look on how the neutral content different than the other ones. We can see all 4 contents on the x-axis and every feature on a different graph. We see that participants ranked the neutral audio, here in green, as the least funny, joyous, and offensive, and also as the most boring one. This suggests that friends' presence make a boring experience more enjoyable. So, first of all, we are wondering why we did not replicate our pilot study results. We raised the possibility that we didn't succeed at finding the auditory equivalent of the animated Pixar video, as the pretest study features ranking suggests that the stand-up audios and the knock-knock jokes were not so different after all. Second, here, we actually manipulated a virtual presence effect, which might be different than the actual presence of a friend like we had on our pilot study. And finally, we raised the option that participants might have felt observed by the experimenter through Zoom, which could affect their enjoyment. So, combining all our findings, it is quite interesting to see how only for boring audio, participants enjoyed more with a friend than alone, and that this increasement in enjoyment had nothing to do with the friendship level of those friends. Thanks for watching, and I will love to meet and get your feedbacks on the live sessions.